This is Michael, a low-testosterone male from England. Michael is a YouTuber who hosts the True Crime channel, That Chapter. We will not categorize Michael as a wuss based on his lesbian appearance and petite body build. That would be body shaming, and body shaming is not allowed by YouTube. As well, body type cannot alone be used as an accurate tool to diagnose a wuss. To be a true wuss, one must look inwards rather than rely solely on outward appearance.
It's actually a problem that you just did that.
This is Samuel Hyde. Samuel is a YouTuber and lightweight boxer who created the hipster smash hit Fish Tank. At first glance, Sam may not appear to belong in the wuss category. Looking past the obvious controversies surrounding Samuel, we see an impressive boxing record of 18 fights, winning 8 of them by knockout and 7 by decision. However, it is not his physical prowess or opinions that make Sam a wuss. Sam is a wuss because he is unable to be alone. At all times, Samuel must be in the company of multiple low-testosterone beta males who pose no threat to him. If you look closely, you will notice Samuel has no friends in his circle that are equal to him personality-wise. He is unable to bond or maintain any relationship that does not provide him complete control. When confronted, Sam becomes deflective and visibly hostile. He is unable to accept personal responsibility and rushes into the comfort of a small formation of conventionally unattractive males to praise him, reinforcing his ego. This attitude is not only directly the center of his requirements for friendship, but also in his personal life. At age 30, Samuel dated a 15-year-old girl who at her age was listed as a categorically legal child. The relationship ended, and years later screenshots of abusive messages he sent her and photos of her bloody nose surfaced. Sam also has an unconventional obsession with Ian, a former YouTuber known as iDubbbz. Ian is unarguably the god of wusses, so it makes sense that Sam would seek to form a bond based on a subconscious need for connection, unknowingly identifying with Ian. I judge Sam Hyde as a captain of the wuss section, based on his inability to be alone and his inability to stand on his own 2 feet without being lost in his self-defeating thoughts. Is not necessarily a wuss trait, however. Given how Sam acts while shielded by his beta army solidifies Samuel as a total wuss. Calvin Lee Vale, better known as Leafy Online, is a 28-year-old former YouTuber. He is known for his punching down content. Calvin falls into today's category as his lack of self-awareness toward his own physical appearance, thin body frame, and facial deformation in lacking a chin does not deter him from attacking others. Calvin is an established coward in his hometown. Others who knew him came to predict his cowardly behavior of insulting from a safe distance and then running away. This behavior followed into his adult life. His unresolved issue maintained, and any time Calvin was confronted by an older YouTuber whom he attacked, he would quickly say, "But I am just a kid," assuming this would nullify consequence. However, he was indeed an adult, though mentally unable to recognize or accept it. In person, Calvin is a weak, nervous, and non-imposing figure. He holds an awkward gait and way of speaking. Calvin often hides his face by scrunching it up and closing his eyes. Calvin behaves terribly online because it gives him a fleeting sense of power and confidence that he could never present publicly. Online, he is cruel to anyone he comes into contact with, relentlessly criticizing those around him. Often, males who lack the stature and ability to defend themselves resort to attempting to distinguish themselves by turning to intelligence. This often backfires, however, because intellectualism is not something succeeded by those turning to it with the motivation of vanity. Recently, Calvin released photos of himself to which you can clearly see how haggard and disturbed he has become. This is not an aesthetic judgment. Look into his eyes, as the saying goes, the eyes are the window to the soul. It's easy to see how creepy and dangerous of a degenerate Calvin has truly become. In Roald Dahl's novel The Twits, there is a passage that correlates well and explains in a simplified way why Leafy presents so unappealing and scary in person. It is titled Ugly Thoughts, and it reads, "If a person has ugly thoughts, it begins to show on the face. And when that person has ugly thoughts every day, every week, every year, the face gets uglier and uglier until you can hardly bear to look at it. Calvin is therefore a wuss,